Alright, hello YouTube. So today we're going to be showing you how to set up your iPG800 app with the Roland JX Super JX or the JX10, some call it. So what you're going to need is a newer Apple iPad with a Lightning connection, and you're going to need an iRig MIDI 2 or any CORE MIDI interface. And obviously your JX10, or if you're using any of the other synths such as the JX3P, the MKS70, or the JX3P, or the Roland D50, those also work with the iPG800 app. So each one has its own little virtual programmer on here, as you can see. So when you change that, you got the D50 programmer. And so I'm going to be using the MKS70 programmer for this one, because this is basically a keyboard version of the MKS70, or the MKS70 is basically like a rack-mounted version of the JX10. So without further ado, so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that your MIDI settings, you're going to go into MIDI, and you're going to turn on basically the system exclusive, basically all the sysex ones. Make sure those are all on. Upper program change, the aftertouch, the real-time modulation, all of those you want to make sure those are on. And then once you got all your settings on, you're going to go into write, make sure your memory protect is off, hit write, and you can write your MIDI settings. That way when you turn off your JX10, everything is set. So let's get out of that. So once those are all set, you connect your iPad up with the iRig 2. I'm going MIDI in and MIDI out just to make a smooth MIDI connection. And once you play, you should be able to control everything in real time. So the nice thing about the iPG800 app, unlike the other one, is once you change, you can make program changes like this, and it automatically brings up the settings, unlike the hardware version, which I've actually never used before. So the iPG800 app also would work in the dark, which is kind of nice, and you can make program changes on the fly on your iPad. So A3, D4, D4. So you can make all these changes from the iPG800 app. This is an amazing app. I highly recommend it if you are not in the market to buy a PG800. PG800s run about $400 to $500 US, and this app includes multiple Roland programmer apps for $5. And if you already have an iPad, it's a bonus for you. So there is the JX8, the D50, the Juno, which I forgot to mention, the Alpha Juno, and the JX3P. So all these are supported with the iPG800. So if you happen to have more than one, I would highly recommend buying the iPG800 app. So once again, setting up the JX10 with the iPG800 app is not exactly as well supported. I had to do a little bit of reading the manual, so I'm just making this video to make it a little useful for people who have the iPG800 app with a JX10. Because also, one other thing I forgot to mention is you have to have the Vecoven newer operating system installed into your JX. It apparently will work with the older operating system, but you have to have the newer one for it to work properly. It works with limitations with the newer one, but once again, when you attach it to your iPad, you want to make sure that all of your MIDI settings are on, or else it will not interact with it. So that's a big, very important thing to make sure, is make sure that all of your system exclusive and real-time changes are on your JX, and you can turn your write memory protect mode back on if you want to. And what you can do with this is you can say you want to make a change like the tuning of it, and you can turn your memory protect off and then hit write on here and it'll save internally. But you have to make sure that you don't save the same tone for each program, because if you have, say, tone 1 for voice 1 and you write the same voice, it will affect the voices of the other voices. It'll affect the tones of the other voices. It's kind of confusing. I still have to learn that part, but that's basically about it. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope this helped. And so this is basically just sort of a helpful video on the iPG800 app and connecting it to your synths, because I know this isn't exactly the easiest process. Like, to some of you who don't know about MIDI in general, but I did a little bit of the research, and this is how to set it up with the JX10. So thanks for watching.